AM 560. The Answer.
You know, we were associated with the social work tradition, which said that the programs worked as they were supposed to work. But they didn't work as they were supposed to work. And it was out of that realization, that insight, that we developed the strategy to end poverty, which called for a massive mobilization of social workers and lawyers and organizers to get people the benefits to which they were entitled. We were proposing a kind of movement that demanded what people were already entitled to by law, by regulation, by propaganda.
The primary goal of the Cloward-Piven strategy is to create a political and economic crisis that would destroy capitalism and lead to the implementation of a socialist system with a guaranteed income.
Like Obamacare, where each family is subsidized to the tune of $3,700, and instead of the cost the American people care about, they care about the subsidies. It worked, huh? Dimwit, communist whore, Cloward-Piven, may you all burn in hell. Bob on the south side.
Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, brother. Hey.
Hi, babe.
Rush Limbaugh always played this clip. He's the only one that ever played it. It's the smoking gun. It's Barack Obama at a Democratic fundraiser. And he tells the people there, this was at the beginning of the Affordable Care Act, he tells the people, this system is designed to fail in 7 years. And at that point, it's going to be a single-payer system. And Rush Limbaugh's the only one that ever played that clip.
Well, I will tell you this. It's fascinating to realize that is exactly, but that was not even his intention. That was this communist whore back in the 60s and 70s, Frances Fox Piven, and her unlucky husband, Cloward. This was the scam. This is the Olinsky break it to control it and then corrupt it. That's why I like to play how the insurance companies are in on it. And now they own everything, from the provider to the pharmaceuticals. You think they're limited to 15% profit? There's a reason they build those billion-dollar towers and they give those dividends, because insurance itself is a fraud, Bob. And that's the dirty little secret nobody wants to talk about. Insurance itself is a necessity and a fraud all at the same time, because they've driven up the costs. Yeah.
Sean, I'm self-employed. I work my rear end off just like you. And I have Medishare. It's the only thing that I can afford. I can't afford any of these other Blue Cross or other policies. But I think it's the only way to go when you're self-employed.
Of course it is. And here's the thing I want to say before I let you go, Bob. Prior to Barack Obama, what was your insurance policy? Do you mind just giving us a little dissertation to how affordable it was?
For 5 of us, it was around $700.
And you had, what was your deductible?
You know, I don't remember, Sean. I had Humana.
Bob, I'll bet you if it was $500, it was a lot, because I bet you might have had the one that was $50, and now they're in the thousands. And you know the other side of the coin, Bob? We've got 20 million people, 30 million people that don't pay a nickel. Not a nickel. It's the ghetto care. And that was always the intention. Thank you, Bob, for the call. I really appreciate it. Frank, Rogers Park.
Hey, Sean, we got a real sick care system. We got some of the fattest poor people in the world, and we have rhinos like McCain saving it. Like you said, we got all these people in bed with one another. It's one big pain hustle.
How much money you think is getting splashed around from these insurance companies that their profits skyrocketed, the ones that worked hand in glove, like Blue Cross and Blue Shield with the Obama administration, knowing what he did, because they knew they could hide the profits in the expenses. That's the scam. That's the most important part of this puzzle. It's right here.
Think about this. I'm the insurance company. I want to make it look on paper like I'm making my medical loss ratio, because if I don't, I'm going to have to pay a rebate. So what I do is I have my physician over here who's owned, and I overpay him. But he's owned. So when I overpay him, all I'm doing is I'm showing I have an expense here, but it goes back in my other pocket. Same thing for drugs. I can take a $50 drug. I can pay $200 for it. Now I've just gotten around the medical loss ratio because somehow the government can't figure out how to trace that dollar beyond.
And the problem is people are fixing the back end. Oh, we're going to fix the price of pharmaceuticals. The insurance companies don't want you to. They're financially raping the American people minute by minute. Jim, Lake County.
And namaste, Shoni. Namaste.
Namaste.
Hey, I just got back from the Mamdani after-hour party.
Oh, did you wake up with your pants and your underwear tied to, in your mouth tied to a tree?
We all did. We're equal here.
Nice.
And AOC, girl, baby girl, she was pointing her finger saying that she's going to be number one. And, you know, I don't know about this. You know, her Trump shirt, anti-Trump shirt didn't come in the mail soon enough for that last protest. So,
yeah, I like it. Did she ever answer the questions about her manager, campaign manager, absconding with $4 million prior to her being engaged to him to stifle the investigation? Did you ever talk about that?
You know what? Kamala might know some more than I do, but yeah.
Oh, Kamala doesn't even know where her underwear are. Thank you, though, for being optimistic. George in Naperville.
Well, Sean, the only people that were able to keep their doctor with this Obamacare is if you had a physician in the family or the doctor passed away and you have his ashes above your fireplace.
That's where my dad's on the lanai. But it's funny, that's what was supposed to happen, right? That was exactly what was supposed to happen. And that's what happens every time people are dumb enough to elect a Democrat. Unless you're extremely rich, you can't afford the utopia they pretend to deliver to everybody.